I look after the education programs for Autodesk. Uh, my eminent panelist in the chair session has already covered most of the aspects. What I will try to do is, try to cover innovation more from a technology standpoint, how technology can aid towards driving innovation, and how you can also teach science and technology through science and engineering and mathematics with the aid of technology. Also, I think one of the speakers brought about that it should not be STEM, it should be STEAM. I think I definitely agree with him because arts is a very critical element to inspire imagination and creativity. So I think it should not be STEM, but it should definitely be STEAM. How does it go down? Okay. So I'll just start with a few visual slides. This is basically, I'm trying to cover more from design innovation because we're a design technology leader where we offer technologies in the design area. This is how today's customers look like. So there is an element of digital design involved in it, but the total design world is not yet digital. But if you look at what are going to be tomorrow's designers and engineers, I expect, and as a company, we expect that all designers and engineers are really going to move in the digital world because technology is going to play a very, very important role. Technology is going to play a very, very important role, and we expect that tomorrow's designers and engineers are really going to use technology in this digital world. So looking at this, what are the challenges in today's world? And my colleague Prasanna has covered some of them, but I'm going to cover about challenges and opportunities, the global trends affecting design. And there are primarily 4 trends, and I'm going to do a little bit on each of these trends: digital life, globalization, infrastructure management, and climate change. Now, what is digital life? If you look at the way we communicate today, the students, the teachers, the world, the way they communicate and express themselves is pretty much digital. We have email, we have mobile phones, we have we have the, the YouTubes, the videos. So everything, the way we communicate in our lifestyle and the way we communicate even in our workplace is becoming pretty much digital. Look at a company like Apple. They only have very few products, okay? But look at how through the aid of innovation, they're able to, these products have become very, very popular. Look at the iPad, look at the iPhones, okay? Very sleek looking, very uniquely designed. And so today, if you find, both in the workplace and also in the lifestyle, we are pretty much digital in this world. Now, digital life is leading to globalization. Now, today we are pretty much in a global world. And what does it actually mean? It means one very important thing. It means access to global talent. It also means that we can experiment with different business models. It also means emergence of different business models or newer business models. It also means that you have a larger market in place where you can sell your products and services. But it also means that that competition is going to increase. And what does competition lead to? Competition finally would lead to better products at cheaper cost. And that is where innovation is going to play a very, very critical role. Globalization indirectly is leading to innovation. The third, which is very, very important for emerging countries like India and China, across the world, about 40 trillion US dollars are being spent on infrastructure. If you look at Delhi as a city, there's so much of money that is being spent on the infrastructure, on the flyovers, on the airports. There is millions of dollars being spent on the infrastructure in emerging countries and also in the developed countries. So what does this mean too? It means that you need to manage complex projects. Okay? Not only manage and build them, but also maintain them. And that is where, again, innovation plays a very, very critical, design and innovation plays a very, very critical role. And the last, I think I did not explain this, we are faced with serious environmental problems. And that is leading to that one very important thing that we need to get into a very, very effective way to do sustainable design. So anything that we do, be it in manufacturing, be it in architecture, be it in any area, we need to be very conscious of the fact that whatever we design need to be sustainable. So the element of sustainable design. And coupled with that, the education industry is also facing a lot of challenges. If you look at the education industry, there's a lot of competition in the education industry, there are a lot of challenges. So what does it mean to this world? These are challenges that cannot be addressed by a single generation, and we are in a time of unprecedented changes. And we require new ideas and new approaches. We require innovation, and innovation is the need of the hour to really address the global challenges that we are facing today. But at the same time, challenges can be converted into opportunities. There's a challenge, but how do we convert the challenge to an opportunity? And then there is an opportunity in it when there's a challenge. And industry trends today help drive change. I spoke about things like, how do you maintain projects? How do you design complex projects? So things like new technologies like building information modeling, things like digital prototyping, very, very important thing. You go to an aircraft manufacturer, can he afford today to build multiple physical prototypes? He just cannot, because each prototype costs him a lot of money. So if he does it digitally and then finally builds one physical prototype, it becomes much more profitable for him or much more cost effective for him. The element of sustainable design, which is again very, very important, which I just mentioned about the climate change. And the last point is the digital entertainment creation. If you have seen the movies, the Hollywood and Bollywood movies, if you see the 3D movies that are coming into the space today, there's so much of technology that has come into place. And then I'm going to show you a few slides on how things like building information modeling, technology plays a very, very vital role. Things like digital prototyping, where people can visually and digitally simulate. Things like a car manufacturer, so many new cars are coming into. Had there not been for design innovation, I don't think we would have seen. And I think the most important thing is the look and feel of any car or any consumer product, where I think innovation and design are playing very, very critical role. So having given a broad idea of the challenges and the opportunities, I'm just going to briefly touch upon some case studies, because the organizers did touch upon that to relate some live case studies of how you can drive innovation across the broad spectrum of the education ecosystem. And I firmly believe, and we as a company firmly believe, that innovation needs to start early in the career. It cannot start only from engineering or in the post-secondary education. So it's important that we drive innovation from the K-12 segment itself, where there are 3 elements, and as one of my esteemed speakers have already spoken about this, that you need to build knowledge, you need to practice the skills, that is, you need to test the competence of whether that person has acquired the knowledge, and then you need to inspire innovation. Okay. These are the 3 critical elements of driving innovation at the pre-engineering or the pre-architecture level. And towards this, I'm not going to dwell much on this, but I think one of the most important things that we already have a content. One of the challenges mentioned was the content. We already have a content, of course, primarily related to design, which is called the Autodesk Digital STEAM Workshop, ST. So we have already added the arts element to this curriculum, which can be taught at the secondary school level, along with obviously the various design software that we can offer. Then we have the process of certification, how we are going to test the skills of the person, whether he has acquired the knowledge, where we can look at different certification and assessment mechanisms. And finally, you would need to inspire innovation. Kids, mind you, at the school level of 5, 6, 4 are very, very innovative. I just relate an example of, a school kid of class 6 was asked by his teacher to design something which will be useful, or which is something which is very different, okay? And after one day he came out with design of a slipper with a mopper below the slipper. And the teacher asked him, why did you design this? He said, I see my mom mopping every day. So she can just wear the slippers, move around the house, my house is mopped. So school kids are very, very innovative. They're very, very creative. So we need to inspire creativity and passion at that level itself. So I'm not going to cover much on this, but if anybody interested on what this digital STEAM workshop is, which is primarily for the secondary schools, where there's a curriculum built in for the knowledge, skills, and to inspire innovation. I'm just going to give you a few case studies on the post-secondary education. How do you drive innovation at the post-secondary education, primarily the engineering colleges. I think the most important way where you can drive innovation is through research and design in the engineering sector of this country or across the world. I'm going to give you some case studies, and these are projects done by students of engineering colleges. The National University of Singapore, who designed an eco-friendly car and which won the 5th position at the Shell Eco Marathon Challenges, which is the design competition held by Shell Eco Marathon. The concept is that how can you design the most fuel-efficient car? Okay, and students come out with brilliant designs. I happened to be in the Shell Eco Marathon last year at Kuala Lumpur, in the F1 circuit there, and the kind of designs that people have done have been brilliant. There's a car designed by Tongji University of Japan, which had a mileage of about 800 kilometers per liter of fuel. If we look at some case studies from India, traditionally we use our technologies in design area, but people at IIT Madras have used the technology in biomechanical modeling of the human spinal cord. And I am told that it is very complicated to model the human spinal cord. And this was done as a part of the master's research project. The student finally did his MTech. This is a PhD research project where, again, which is leading to innovation, the modeling, simulation, and development of a parallel platform for underwater research application. This is a PhD research project, something which is, again, the student has done research and design, which has finally led to innovation. So I'm just relating this to see, to tell you that there's a lot of innovation work, and I agree with Professor Ajay Kumar Rai that I have been traveling across the IITs and some of the bigger institutions across the country, and even in the tier 2, tier 3 institutions, there is a lot of potential, a lot of good work that has been done. Unfortunately, they may not have been able to publicize that or patent whatever work that they have done, but the kind of work that has been done for innovation has been extremely powerful. And I am sure India has a lot of potential for innovation, be it in design or other areas. And of course, we have a long way to go, but I think with proper focus and proper implementation, we can definitely get there. My last case study talks about a live project between IIT Kanpur and the Boeing project, and the Boeing company, which is designing of an autonomous navigation vehicle developed in collaboration with Boeing. Now, this is a multidisciplinary project. My esteemed speakers again mentioned about the need for multidisciplinary education. I think this is a classic example where the project has been done by 32 students from electrical, mechanical, electronics, and so on and so forth, which is a multidisciplinary project. This project is fully functional, and this is done with the aid of technology. Technology can only be an aid for innovation. It can make you innovate faster, but finally you need to have that inspiration, passion, and creativity in you to drive innovation. I do not know how many of you are aware that recently IIT Kanpur has also designed a satellite, the students, which is going into the space orbit, I think sometime in the month of September. It's a nano satellite, which is again done with the aid of technology and is done in collaboration. ISRO is launching the satellite, I think the month of September. So there's a lot of innovation that is being done, as I mentioned, across the broad education spectrum of the country. My last two slides, basically, I just wanted to highlight what we are doing in education. I represent Autodesk, which is a technology leader in design. We are working very closely with the students to really help them help them connect with the 21st century skills. We want to inspire and educate them, the next generation of innovators. We want to really work closely with them. We want to bridge the gap between the academy and industry, because every industry that I go say that we get graduates, but we have to train them for 1 year before we can make them productive, which is not a good scenario to be in. We want to shape knowledge building with imagination and creativity. We want to enhance design skills. And finally, create fun engagements with hands-on learning. So, to sum up my presentation, we really want to inspire students of all ages, be it the K-12, be it the polytechnics, be it the engineering colleges, to imagine, design, and create, and finally innovate for a better world. That's all what I had to say. Thank you very much.